Make sure this actually is up and live.
I forgot to turn me down again.
Well, good you got it knocked out of the way.
Yeah. Oh my god, the trolls are loose. Leave them under the bridge. Stay under the bridge, trolls. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, stay under the bridge where you belong. It is Friday.
It is Friday. It is Follower Friday.
It is Follower Friday, and your mom already shared a story to me.
Nice. Well, we'll save that for.
We'll say that for a little
main
later.
show, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get this guy powered on. I'm gonna get some incense going. A little behind, but I had to get a shower. I just.
Oh
it's been a
yeah.
grody past day or so.
Beep 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 beep. Sorry I didn't get a event out. I was a lot of things happening today, especially with the stepson, helping him get stuff arranged. Okay.
I changed the range on it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I widened the range on it.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, so before, like, you would come almost all the way into here. Now you can't come in within the range of the pod. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a little more okay.
Yeah.
Especially up there too.
Yeah.
Like all the lights go out.
All of the lights, all of the lights. All right. Sure. Start getting shuffled up on this guy.
Oh, Vanessa Hogle had her own tarot deck printed today.
Nice.
Of her own art and everything.
Hell yeah.
I was going to ask her later, but she already sent out orders for it. But we might be able to get some later with a new print out.
Nice. Yeah, the second printing.
The second printing, yeah. I was watching her live before, and she was very proud and happy. It's like congratulations, her own art, her own words.
And that's a wonderful piece.
That is a wonderful thing.
That's a wonderful thing. You can say you've I've got my own tarot deck I've designed. You know.
She was trying to show everyone, but it was pretty cool.
Well, I like to get the specialty ones. You know, that's why I have the Lord of the Ring one. I have the Alice in Wonderland one.
So I'll ask later.
Yeah,
if she's not too busy. I don't want to. And when another set will come out, we'll definitely order her.
Yeah, get one for the
studio. Yeah. So.
Well, hell yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What is up, everybody? Let everyone trickle in. Sorry I didn't post an event. This guy was busy.
What's up, Joe? What's up, Mom?
Oh. Joe and your mom. Yay! And Tyler's mom. The hotel room is booked for next weekend. Don't have to worry about it.
Yep, we already got it taken care of and stuff. Chris was able to get it taken care of while I was working. So
yep. I get that out of the way so he can worry about the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Get the boring stuff out of the way. The sleeping arrangements is boring, I guess.
I mean, it's necessary though.
It is necessary because we're not driving all the way back like that. No.
Now we got to look for a place close to the hotel for dinner that night too.
It was funny that the road name was like Walmart Drive, so I figured it might be stuff around there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be stuff around there.
Or some of the followers had some spots for us to check out as well.
Nice.
But I know most likely I didn't really look into the hotel, but it looked like a nice one. I do think they have a continental breakfast in the morning.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I don't know the current, so I didn't ask.
When me and my buddies went to the concert up in Detroit and everything like that, you know, we had a fun night. You know, we were like having drinks and stuff later and everything, and we're just very, very worn out. And like we woke up on Sunday just zombies, and then like crawled down to the continental breakfast and like just ate a bunch of food.
That was the best one I've ever had. Oh, it was the Eisenhower Hotel down in Gettysburg. The biggest spread I have ever seen seen in my life. It's like more of a restaurant style than a freaking. That was the biggest spread, and I was stuffed.
That's awesome.
That was the best I have ever had as far as hotel breakfast. And it come from that haunted classic Eisenhower in Gettysburg.
Nice.
Everyone's inviting us. It's going to be a busy summer.
Yeah.
For us. I don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Oh, and let everyone know I'm switching gears in my career path because I feel that this other career path will be better for me. So no offense to the previous one. I tried. I figured it wasn't going to go for me. So I wanted to do something else. And since I can't wrench, I'm going to go behind a parts counter and do it that way and interact with people that way because I feel better with that interaction.
Yeah.
And versus sitting on my butt over the phone.
Yeah, and it's nice with that because then you can interact with like tons of car dudes all the time, you know, have good conversations and shit.
It was a funny story on the way. I went there. I was there 15 minutes early, like showing. Then I left, coming halfway back. Then he called me right back, like not even before I got home. So I pulled the Stang off to the side of the road, had my hazards on. People like, hey, I'm okay. I'm on the phone. My car's kind of loud. I stopped and pulled over. I know it's Bluetooth. I stopped and pulled over so I can listen, so I can hear all the details. But yeah, it's going to be better because there's a base rate and plus commission, and I have a chance to grow up even more.
Nice.
There. So it's going to be O'Reilly's up there in
O'Reilly.
Macedonia. And there's two abandoned spots, a Pizza Hut and something else there.
All right, by there, yeah.
And a Steak and Shake.
Oh God.
No more Pizza Hut and
a Steak and Shake by us is no more too.
I know. And that was the classic Pizza Hut style. That's next to, and O'Reilly's in Macedonia used to be an old bank. Man. They turned it into. I love the old stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
I'm drawn to that stuff. Let me get back on that because I had to restart.
Oh, Ben's got a story to tell us tonight.
Okay. If you go ahead and shoot, sir. Well, let's shake up this. Come on, phone. What's wrong with you? Let me get back to the comments. I'm still shit. Okay, I'm almost done.
All right.
All right, here. So I got it shuffled, I swear. Yay, shuffled.
All right, so we got that shuffled and ready to go. So we'll pull that in a minute. But Ben's gonna put this story in here. I was thinking about it this way, man. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I've been seeing. I was saying thanks for sharing that video.
Yeah, I shared that the day after. Was it Thursday? Oh yeah, it was Thursday. Thursday morning, I shared that. Nice. And I even watched it too, and I was like, "Holy crap, that was creepy."
There's been a lot of people who have been posting these memes, and it's like the picture of a skull of an animal, some animal, you know, and it's like how aliens would make it and everything, and it's like some like crazy creature, you know, like the one was the skull of actually a platypus, you know, and it's a really wicked looking skull when you look at it.
Yeah.
But like how aliens would draw it, and it was like a mind flayer, and a mind flayer is this like almost kind of like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's like a octopus head creature with like tentacles and everything like that, with like usually like hues of like purple or blue skin and everything. It's like this is how it is and what it actually looks like, and then it shows a platypus and everything. And I was just thinking, like, could you imagine like what kind of, because people talk about creation and stuff like that, whatever kind of architects there are, whether it's a singular deity, you know, many deities, some kind of like alien or like something like that, civilization, whatever it is, could you imagine sitting down and like designing like, so like we design, there are people who design things like characters for video games and stuff like that, but could you imagine being like a god or something like that, and it's like, all right, man, you have to design all the birds for this world, and it's just like
platypus,
you know, you get like the boring ones and everything like that, the things that you see all the time, you know, and the some are pretty ugly, you know, and then you got like these like beautiful, colorful, crazy winged, you know, birds and stuff like that that are out there and everything. Could you imagine like submitting your designs to your like boss or something that week and everything? Like, what didn't make the cut? Because there's so many weird birds out there, like like weird shapes and sizes and everything. Like, what kind of shit didn't make the cut on that? Like, he comes in and he's got like, the and the platypus is not a bird; it's actually a mammal. But,
it is. That's right.
But like he's got like a concord and like a dodo bird and like a cardinal. That those three made it through. What didn't make it through on those designs?
Puffin is also a beautiful bird.
Puffin's a very nice bird.
They're very
those nice short
Icelandic
beard.
Yes.
Yeah,
very out there for Icelandic.
They're like I call them like the close relatives to the penguin because they have similar features.
They do have the similar colors and features.
Yeah,
of the penguin.
But it's just like something that's fun to think about, because people think about like if you look, like think back to the stories of like Greek and Roman gods and like all the debauchery and all the craziness and stuff, and like the Viking gods, all the insane stuff that was going on there. All those pagan gods, the stories are kind of insane, but also too, some of them were involved with like creating certain things, in their stories. So I just think about how like going to Zeus, and like Zeus, I came up with this great thing. It's called alcohol, and just everybody gets hammered, because there was like, I think it was like Dionysus or something like that is the god of like wine and something like that.
You would think like the platypus. Don't get me wrong. Did one slip under they're cute in an ugly way, but did one slip? Did a deity? So like, fuck it. We'll let this one slip.
Because like, okay, it's got a beaver tail.
Yes.
It's got a duck bill. A large duck bill.
Yes.
It also has spur claws that have poison similar to the toxin in a pufferfish. So they actually their claws have poison in them. And I'm pretty sure they give birth to I think they give birth to live young. Not like eggs like birds and stuff like that. So yeah.
It was weird. I was like, how did that one slip through, guys? Oh wait, they were partying. We'll get them, or like this, we'll get them drunk, and it's like we'll let this slip. See what?
All right, guys, get Zeus hammered. We gotta slip this one through.
Slip this one through. He takes a lot of alcohol. Let's go. Keep pumping.
My mom was saying like the penguin is definitely my favorite animal. At Wally's house, I've got a box of some stuff I used to have in my room, and it's just like some penguin statues and shit like that, and figures and shit. I got a bunch of just fucking penguins.
Penguins are not boats.
They're not boats.
They're not boats. Remember that. Speaking from the Helltown Barn. We'll put that in a meme style. We talked about that on the t-shirt. They're not boats. With one of our sayings or something. I don't know. People are like, huh? Relax.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just read it and see what you think. The crazy stuff.
From all those fun investigations, man. We got always good things coming from those investigations.
I did. I don't know if you guys saw it or how many are here. I did post something on YouTube. I edited it up on my phone. It's a 3-part series of Hillview Manor. And pretty much it's the tours and the history and all the spirits that still roam there and all the experiences that this lady has had who was given the tours. And she was carrying a K2 meter and they were communicating with her. Then later on that day, I got tapped in the head.
Tap.
Tappy. That's when all the tour group was gone. It was just me and John. And it was like, they probably like, okay, these guys.
Like, all right, we're going to give these guys a smack out of here to make sure they get going too.
Get out. Get out of our home. I'll drink to that. Yep. Good old Joe. I did made Joe a moderator. I'm gonna make Joe. I made John a moderator on here. I'm gonna make Joe a moderator on the Facebook. I already made Joe and John moderators on the YouTube side of things because they're cool guys.
Yeah.
And they're here and we love them.
Mom, what's your question? Well, and they also like know how to they operate their own things and stuff like that, so they know how to work some of that stuff.
Oh yeah. And Joe always likes to cheer up the chat. The chatter, the chattinator, the chattinator. There you go. The chattinator. 3,000. Oh, there's Ben.
If you want to go ahead and read that one from Ben,
Okay. Holy.
if you want me to.
No, I got it. You can. I don't know what your mom's gonna say.
Yeah, she's gonna pop a question in there.
Since we wrapped at Seven Gables, which is up in Michigan, that's the one I shared on Thursday. I was thinking of our next location. I wanted to plan a place with no reports of paranormal. So there is this park where a murder happened. So I researched the story. And I went to this park by myself and armed with nothing but a camera and an EMF reader. Again, no reports of paranormal, but a murder from the 80s. So I went there not to get anything, but after trying to contact the woman who died there, I got a couple hits on the EMF. However, I didn't stay long because of mosquitoes. Yeah, those nasty bastards.
Yeah.
So while I was there, I asked her if her spirit was still out there, and I got a direct reply upon review that said yes. It was a female voice, and I was there in the woods alone.
Nice.
That reminds me of the time at Everett Covered Bridge when we got contact from John Gilson.
Yeah.
From the Covered Bridge through the EMF and Spirit Box. That one.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed talking to or interacting with Ben about his investigations because he's approaching it with a very unique style, an approach that not a lot of people go into it with. So I really like that. I know that we've done things where we've gone outside the normal in some of the places we've investigated. But we also are trying to do a little bit of debunking of legends too in certain areas. We've definitely done some work in Helltown. Yeah.
Which we still need to do stuff out there, but we got plans with a lot of people this summer.
Yep.
We're going to get out there, go introduce ourselves, and research and investigate with the fellow investigators out there.
Exactly.
And that's what, and I do like how Ben's doing things, and it's kind of reminds me of how we do some of our locations because they're not well known.
Yeah.
And the only reason how we figured, no people, why you do that bridge? Because it's haunted.
Yeah.
There's one person, one spirit. It doesn't have to necessarily a bunch of spirits. One spirit, and maybe a cryptid. So in that area.
Possibly some activity.
So yeah, was that another one you shared? I might have to put that up as well. I'll share that as well there, Ben. Also shared Gwen's because they just did season 7 of their series on YouTube. She edited all that up, and I shared that on the page as well. And they also got t-shirts, so I might get that as well. You can never have enough t-shirts.
Okay. So my mom was saying she read an online about an airport that has an underground bunker. I know exactly which airport. And they say it's a conspiracy. They let aliens live under there. What's everyone's thoughts on that? It's the Denver International Airport. And it's not no matter what the theories are what lives under there, but the bunker system is 100% there. And Denver International Airport is one of the largest airports in the world. And this bunker system is still said to expand outside of the range of the airport. So this bunker system is so large that it's basically an underground town. Yeah, it's basically a whole underground town, with shops and streets and things like that,
Didn't Josh Gates do an episode on that too?
Yeah. And he talked about, and it's a very common thing. There's a lot of weird stuff surrounding the Denver International Airport because the first one is the art. So the artist who did a lot of the stuff on the inside, he painted a lot of this almost propaganda style art that depicts New World Order stuff and military executing people. It's really intense stuff. Then the big piece is this giant, big, blue, angry horse that's out there.
Yeah, I've seen
The
that.
artist who made it, when he was assembling it, he went to adjust something on the head. The head
Excuse
fell
me.
on him and killed him, and they still kept the piece of art up, even after it killed the guy who made it. So
Well, out of respect, I hope.
probably, but it's also too like what was going on there, like have you ever seen it?
Yes, I've seen the episode of Josh Gates.
Yeah,
I know what you're
that
talking.
horse looks demonic,
Yeah, it
and
does.
it's gigantic.
It's
So
huge.
Yeah, that was definitely something where I was just like, it's
I definitely
insane.
don't want to fly into there. I won't drive there.
Well, that's what they say, if like the president's supposed to go, if like things get too crazy or something, that's one of the bunkers.
It reminds me of Wright Pat Air Force Base. There's numerous reports. Of course, it's all true, but the underground bunkers and stuff like that as well. It's an underground city under there, like 56,000 feet or something.
I think it's bigger than that. I mean, it's miles by miles by miles, like, because I mean, like the Denver International Airport.
Yes. But thank you, man, for sharing your link. I will look it up on your channel because I'm subscribed from both pages. And Joe says he's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Yeah. So the Denver International Airport is on 54 square miles. So it's said to the bunkers are said to be wider than the airport and everything, go out farther than the airport and into like some of the like mountain areas around that or something like that.
Yeah, it is surrounded by mountains.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things because no matter what, the bunker systems under there are real. Like it's a real thing. That's something that was part of the construction. And one of the weird things about the construction is when it was made, they were just blowing through construction groups because they wouldn't let any certain group work on the project for too long. So they didn't know too much about the tunnel system. So like they would have like, okay, this group's going to build this section. Okay, you guys are fired. All right, cool. We're going to build this section. Okay, you guys are fired. So nobody would be able to have like a full map out of all the different and how it goes.
We want this in this section. You're fired.
Yep.
Fired. Oh, you're done. Fired.
Some Donald Trump shit. Now he's actually in that position doing that shit,
Like you said, it makes me wonder if it is a fallout area for when shit gets
it's a fallout shelter for sure. The reason why they say that it's so effective of one is because Denver International Airport is like a hub style airport. So like all the people from the New World Order, so all world leaders could fly into there, go underneath these bunkers, and be away from civilization for years while the air and stuff gets cleared out if the nukes go off. That's what it's for. It was created in the early 90s for that purpose.
Just in case.
Because after the Cold War happened in the 80s.
Yep. Everyone went bunker crazy. And I think, even don't get me wrong, but I know Wright Pat has a bunker system just in case. That's because for another reason, though.
I mean, there's tons of them. It became a popular thing when nuclear stuff started popping up. I know, like, I think it started popping up in like the 60s or 70s. Like people started to just start building them in their backyard.
And it makes me think, since I was part of the Air Force, I was stationed at Herbertville, Florida, but I had base housing on the biggest Air Force base there is, Eglin Air Force Base. And the square miles on that is huge. And it makes me wonder as well, because it's down south, it's by the ocean.
Yeah.
Or the Gulf. No, by the Gulf. Yeah, by the Gulf. Not just but it's a way to get. But I do believe there's something going on there as well. Air Force has always got the hands in their aliens more than anybody.
Yeah.
Any other service.
Well, they were the first ones who started to like pick up some of that shit,
Yep.
Those guys up in the planes who reported stuff back even before there were cameras on planes and stuff like that,
So I always wondered about that too, even before I got big into other theories and stuff and aliens. But I was in the military having a good old time drinking, being young.
Yeah, well then it's when they get the young, you're gonna be young.
Get it over there.
Things, yeah.
Get it over with already. Let's go. Let's have a time of your life. Time of your life. Anybody pop over to YouTube, sir?
I checked it. Not
Okay.
so far yet.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, I just checked it
Cool.
like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, the blue horse is scary. Yeah, your mom said she saw the pics.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrifying, and it's gigantic. It's like I think over 100 feet tall.
I gotta see that episode with Josh again.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch some of that stuff, man. I'll always like Josh Gates.
Yep.
He's still kicking, man. He's still doing it strong. He's still
Yes, he
going,
is.
and even during the quarantine, he was doing that show from like his couch or something, or his like office.
His office in New York.
Yeah.
Or we think it's in New York, but I don't know for sure.
Are you stalking him, dude?
No, I'm not stalking him.
I did.
You would. Josh, knock on that door. Josh,
Josh, I wear cool
Josh.
pants like you.
Josh, or like Sheldon from. Keep knocking me that annoying voice.
Did
I forget her name.
Penny.
Penny. You like Josh. Josh.
Penny.
Josh.
Josh.
What?
Hey man, how's it going?
Hi. Bye. Good old times referencing that. My mom actually watches that show. It surprises me, but she thinks it's funny.
Well, he makes it. The thing I love about Josh Gates is he has such a subtle and interesting approach to all these different wide variety of topics that even somebody who's conservative can still enjoy the topics of conversations because he's not like preachy and he's not like I don't know. I think he makes it very approachable, like kind of how like Neil deGrasse Tyson is a good person at making people have a better understanding of like astrophysics and things like that, you know. So
he is very smart, man.
Oh yeah, love Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a little bit of a rambler sometimes. Like I watch a lot of the Joe Rogan podcast stuff and everything, and a couple times he's had Neil deGrasse Tyson will just cut him off and just keep going and going and going and going. Yeah.
Man, such a great night. Been a weird week, but we made it through.
Yeah.
We're excited about next weekend. I know Tyler's mom is. We're excited to have you along.
Yeah, we're very, very excited.
Junior Leo is watching. Welcome back, sir. We haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is well. And I'm going to start a different path, and I know I chose the right one. Something was leading me.
The vaunted tusk.
What is that from?
Oh, D&D campaign I've been listening to.
Oh, that's okay, sir. You can quote whatever D&D you want, sir. Do. Oh. Have to watch some good stuff.
Wow.
That are true from this woman on Facebook. It's called Makeup and Murder. I don't think I've heard of that. Have to look that up. Your mom's been watching some lady on Facebook. It's called Makeup and Murder.
Nice. Yeah, so, I watched all of that Space Force series and everything like that, and it's really silly, but it's pretty hilarious. It's got Steve Carell, you know, who's in The Office and everything.
Yes.
And it's a really interesting show, but I'm waiting for like a whole alien thing to kick off about it.
Yeah, I've still got that on Messenger. Tyler's mom will share that later in the show.
Hey, dude, what's up? I started trolling earlier. I was definitely napping. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem. No, we're totally good. We're not that silly. All right, man. Well, I'll hit you up tomorrow, okay? Okay. All right, let me know. All right, love you. Bye. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, you're
I'm
fine.
getting a couch. We're getting a couch from my brother, so he had to let me know that the one they're buying isn't being delivered for like a week or possibly as long as a week. So
You're
he's like,
fine.
don't throw away your couch. It's like we weren't gonna throw it away yet. Don't worry.
Right. Don't throw it up. Okay. We will take it. Oh, come on, phone. You're acting weird.
She does her makeup and tells stories. That's awesome. She does makeup tutorials and also tells good horror stories about murders and stuff. That's a good combination.
That is a good combination.
Yeah.
Unique and original. I like it. I like the original stuff.
Well, I mean, some of these women who do these makeup tutorials, they're long tutorials because some of these are very, very intricate makeups and stuff. So it's good to have some kind of subject matter to talk about while you're going along.
Right. I shared the stream. I've been trying to share. Hey, there's more people coming in. Yay! Oh, man, we did. I know I forgot to make an event. I'm sorry. I apologize. Forgive me. This guy's been busy. He's been working hard.
Yeah, I've been in a different department most of this week. I'm gonna be there again next week.
Oh my God, Joe.
Okay.
He says, sounds like a good murder and makeup story for Joe Hub.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still waiting for our stock options for Joe Hub.
Come on, Joe.
We want stock options, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you've been kind of with Jennifer Aniston for a while. But
Yeah.
Right now, Joe. Right, Joe. Oh, right now. I can't read. I apologize. My bad.
So, now that everybody's here,
let's
pull this tarot card.
Let's pull this tarot card. And this is working.
Boom.
Yep.
The Seven of Swords. All right, the Seven of Swords, being ripped off by others, the need for greater security, great vigilance. Also, scenarios involving important sacrifices being made. So, I don't know. Has anybody ripped us off recently?
No. We had a little squabble yesterday about all the times on the YouTube. But we're not trying to rip anybody off, I'm just here to share the stuff. I don't mean to step on it. If anyone likes a spot on the YouTube, I didn't know. I really figured this was important to make because I always wanted to do like a docu-series on our page, on our YouTube page, of certain locations in history.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to step on, but we're cool with it. We got over it. We're fine. That was a little squabble yesterday, but it was okay. We're cool with it because we're good friends.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah. Thank God. But anyway, that's why I was trying when you read that. I was like, yeah.
Oh, and that sounds like that's addressing that situation. So if you got it taken care of, you got it taken care of. Yeah.
Because I was working hard on both videos for the YouTube page, both YouTube pages. Because I even shared a nice, tranquil, surreal cemetery walk. I haven't done that in a while. And I feel it was important because I had a McKinley monument for the Civil War veterans.
Nice.
And get this, you'll be happy. You remember the Indian War. There was a memorial for that on someone's plaque.
Wow.
And it looked like the one in the Cleveland Cemetery, the lady holding the wreath.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's one of those at the Poland Cemetery.
Okay.
And it's an Indian War plaque veteran. I was like, you don't see that anymore.
No, not at all.
And there was older Civil War plaques. I mean, that's the only thing. I thought about it now. I was like, well, we don't have every war, but I was like, wow, you do not see that very often because we kind of took the country from the Native Americans. Very sad moment.
Ben, I definitely I get that whenever
Oh,
I was
God.
doing whenever we started doing the show, and then I had like the show, the investigation stuff from my old previous shows, and then stuff from all my hiking and everything. Because I hike a lot and I do a lot of pictures and videos for my hikes. So like I had to buy an external hard drive because my computer was just getting so bogged down. It was almost becoming useless.
Yeah, I was the last couple ones I posted up, even actually the one that's on the the YouTube or YouTube page here was shot in 4K from the S8. And those are all 2 hour. That's a 2 hour long, but it kind of segmented in 20 minutes because it's a smartphone.
Yeah.
Get it smart. But that way I can break it down into 3 parts so I can combine two. And I kind of want to share some of my experiences because certain areas I did not go into because there was a heavy field of energy in certain areas. It's like, or one time I walked down the hall of Hillview. It's like, no, I got to get out. Got to go. I can't. Nope. Gone.
Yeah.
Now it was towards the end of the actual tour than our free roam.
Well, it's like, remember when we were at Molly Stark and we were going into that tunnel, and like we were starting to get to that point where like we physically couldn't go too much farther, but then we started to feel like the presence down there while we were down there.
There was
and
a
it's like
presence down
it's
there.
like, yeah, we
sure.
should probably go down and just go back. And we ended up going back, and we heard like it sounded like something was like kicking something at us when we were walking out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We heard something like a stone or something like that, and it's like there's nothing down there that could have made that move,
No.
And it wasn't like it just fell from something above. It was literally like it was like it was tossed towards us,
Because there was at the bottom of that tunnel.
And unfortunately, I was going live at that time, and my live feed was just completely going in and out.
I think I caught some of that.
Yeah.
Technically, that's our most popular viewed on our YouTube page is that Molly Stark.
Yeah.
And that's almost to 1,000 now.
Nice.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we know we did the best job. We've been there many times. Well, you've been there once.
Yeah.
I've been there many times.
And I'll never be back again.
Well, it was a good experience other than that part.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at it,
No, trust me, we all want to go back there, sir. I'd never tire of that place. Definitely needs reinvestigating, but it can't be us. Maybe send our future members up there, or maybe even Ben would just park off to the side somewhere and do walkie-talkies. Like, hey, okay. Because they really watch that place now like a hawk. So you can stay on the outside now. Just don't recommend going the inside. I know it's pretty cool, but I just don't recommend it anymore. They really Fort Knox the shit out of that place now because it's become so popular because it's haunted. That's why it's so popular. It's an old tuberculosis hospital. It's got a lot of history and death and sadness, and it's haunted. EVPs, shadow figures,
the whole shebang.
The whole fucking shebang has been in that place. The experience in that place I will never forget. And this is why I still do it to this day. Because of that too.
Yeah.
That and old Edwin Shaw. That used to be up in Akron. The only thing left is a cemetery and the water tower. Because I shared some of those. Actually, I shared it as like, this is because I missed that place too. Because that's what technically started the page. Because it was too much to share on my normal. And that's just like, there's a lot of stuff that happened and growls and stuff. The door slamming and Edwin Shaw. And Bree was starting to get freaked out. There was down in the lower level, there was no windows, and a freaking old light fixture started to move wildly. Yeah. A lot of stuff has happened to us. I mean, and I'm not knocking it. It's definitely a paranormal experience I'd never forget either places. So, because I've been to 3 hospitals, now asylum. It's so sad because it's used so that Hillview Manor is used for so many different things.
Yeah.
A poor farm, senior center, a little bit of tuberculosis, orphanage, the mental part of the things. And they did those experiments. That thing's like a slew of everything
Yeah.
that possibly back then that they did to people, and they didn't know how to treat people back then. It's so sad. And it was so sad. In some areas I will not go. But I will definitely go. We want to investigate there because they do have nighttime investigations. That's definitely going to be on our list. And that's probably, I know we got some things to do in July. So maybe August, September, maybe we can do something.
Yeah.
We get a group together around that time. Maybe even Ben here. We can invite him down and he'll enjoy the Hillview Manor.
Yeah.
That would
Well, I
be
know we
awesome.
definitely got to get together with Ben at some point so we can do an investigation.
We was thinking July, but we'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later because it's not that long of a drive.
Not too bad at all.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump for me actually.
Well, and Mom, when Chris and I did Molly Stark, you walk into certain areas and it's not too much.
No,
The entranceway, not too much. Things like that.
because they didn't see
the room like we entered was like a boiler room or something. That window we went through with those pipes and stuff like that. That was like some kind of.
It was a powerhouse on that one side.
Yeah.
Is that mini?
And there wasn't too much when we entered there. But as you started walking through like certain rooms and sitting through halls, we got that heaviness. We got that presence, and then we got that feeling of like, oh man, like that hopelessness, that like almost like depressiveness,
It makes me wonder because on some points weren't they pretty wide? At one point they were pretty wide enough to have
very
to
wide,
roll like dead bodies and stuff down because it had a ramp down to the
those underground tunnels for sure were definitely.
There was no steps. It was like a ramp.
Yep, just a ramp.
Just a ramp
with drainage throughout it and everything like that.
And I think we missed because we were looking over the footage a long time ago. It's like I knew the morgue was around there somewhere.
We walked right past it.
Yep, we had to.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about that afterwards. We rocked right, you can see the entranceway to it in one of the videos. Yeah.
But there's another place we can possibly go, the tunnels, but we had to buy certain equipment to get into.
Okay.
That's that one asylum grounds up there, Hawthorne.
Okay.
Remember we talked about getting a
rope ladder, and
It
everything.
was even more. It was more wide than the one we previously were going to go into, but got filled in.
Yep.
It was like white stone or ceramic versus just the plain old cement.
Yeah.
It was wide and deeper.
And I got a couple of shots from inside some of those the parts of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one and then we still have to, because I know Richard and Kara want to join us again because we're not giving up on that place. As long as no one F's up the location area. It's pretty well hidden. It's right there where the bridge is. So had in the house where the child moved the ball. Malik House.
The Malik House, yeah.
Malik House. That's where the Jason from
Jason, man, like he got attacked that night.
Yeah, he did. From Paranormal Den. So if you haven't checked him out, he's been going through a lot of stuff. I see some of his posts. Send him some positive energy his way. So he's been going through some stuff. I'll have to reread it but he's going through some health stuff right now too, with some blood thinners and stuff like that. But because he has to take blood thinners. Send positive energy to Jason from Paranormal Den his way. He's a very popular. He's on Facebook and YouTube. He's pretty good friends with us. We investigated with him at that Malik House, and that's one of the most draining investigations we've had.
Oh yeah,
the most draining. I mean, yes, the hospitals can drain you, but this place is beyond. We couldn't
because it was a drug den at one point.
Yes,
a
lot of negative stuff happened there. A lot of negative stuff. Yeah. Oh, hi, Terry's wife. I know she just popped in for a little bit. It's Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Him and Terry went out for Geneva out there on the lake for their anniversary not too long ago. So she posted a video up on it. It was pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah. We drove through there, but we couldn't stop because that time we all went through there. They were all closed, but they probably closed there too. Yeah, positive vibes for him. He's a very good dude. We were about before this virus hit. He invited us to do an investigation at a house, but
we were getting ready to. But
yeah, we're
then,
getting
yeah.
then the virus hit, and he didn't want to, keep his family safe, and we all understand.
Yeah,
We
we're
weren't
the
upset
same.
or nothing. No.
Yeah,
We want to keep the family safe out there. So yeah, that's right. I want to. God, that Malik house.
yeah. The Malik House was insane. The Malik House was very insane.
But definitely Hillview Manor will be in the future. The night investigation. And that's like it has to be on a weekend. Well, maybe, it's going to have to be on a weekend with 10. It's a limit of 10 people. I know Tyler's mom probably want to join us. I know John. I know Kara. I know Ben and his group. So that might take up our 10
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Maybe, and even Joe. God, I keep forgetting about Joe. I know Joe would love to join us. As long as he doesn't go in the shower of Jennifer Addison's ghost. I throw that out there.
she's a immortal. She doesn't die. She'll never have a ghost.
Well, none of the spirits in there you're going to go shower with, Joe. I'm sorry. There's shower and therapy baths in there still. So, no. Joe's like, what are you doing? I was talking to the spirit. Leave me alone. I was showering.
Oh God.
We're all girls. Yeah, I forgot to post the event, but I did make a post. They're probably busy. That's fine. We don't mind. You can always rewatch. We don't mind.
Yeah, it's Friday
If you
night.
got something else, we're not upset at you. It's Friday night. I don't know.
We're feeling all right.
You're feeling all right. We got some alcohol in our hands. It's Friday night.
Good paranormal topics to talk about,
Talking about past and present.
Yeah.
God, it makes me feel all giddy as a schoolboy again. Oh, and Hillview will be a 3-part series. So before we go to West Virginia, all 3 of those parts will be out.
Nice to give some people some information and stuff like that. Yeah.
And there's a couple of times you see me like probably the last part 3 was you see me go, I need to leave. I need to get out of this area. That will be the last part of part 3. The one that actually touches me when I was shooting video for my YouTube.
Yeah.
I was shooting a lot of video that day. You just can't get enough of that place. It was just like, wow. And that new picture you see, that's on a thing, courtesy of Mr. John Cassidy with his awesome photography skills. We appreciate you letting me share that. And that dark red room down in the basement. God. Then what this other sad part is that there was down in the basement as well, there's remnants of people's stuff in this basement area left behind.
Like because they had to go quickly, or
no, they just left behind because of death and stuff like that. Like suitcases, TVs, beds,
Jeez.
Old record players, chairs, personal papers, newspapers they kept. Everything's down there. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
And no wonder this still, because that's remnants of people's lives. These suitcases are old. These TVs were old. Those beautiful record players, like, why is this table?
Oh, yeah, the ones where you could actually, store your records in there.
Store your records in, and it's right there on the tabletop.
Oh, those are nice. Yeah,
that was down there.
Nice.
Those old school chairs, newspapers.
That is a really nice setup.
That was what area that was the saddest to me, because there's people's memories right there, just left down here in the basement, and they didn't want to throw it away, which I respect that. They didn't want the people that run it now didn't want to throw that stuff away.
Yeah.
And there's this maintenance guy named George that if you mention any other team than the Pittsburgh Steelers, it will tap you in the back of the head. He roams the halls down there in the maintenance. He was my age when he passed away.
He was a big Steelers fan.
He was a big Steelers fan. He worked. There was a Newcastle, so yeah, he's a big Steelers fan. If you talk about the Browns, it probably get worse. I was like, sorry, George, I'm a Colts fan. I don't know if that had anything to do with later when we went back upstairs.
Yeah, because then that's when you got tapped and everything. Yeah,
that was up by the old nurses station on the new wing, the 70s wing. Okay. That got tapped, but there's also, John did some research, there's also a nurse that roams that hall and taps men in the back of the head.
Everybody's tapping everybody.
And there's a security guard in the corner that stays around. You sell cigar smoke.
That's insane.
And there was this blind lady that was pretty vulgar, but didn't have eyes. Didn't know for sure what was going on. But she had a room right across from the bathroom area.
Oh, really?
So that way she can just go.
Yeah, go straight across.
Across. And there's this one other, this is another sad story, but there's like, they gave her a bunch of beads. She was a very old lady, but she had a mind of a child still. She was born on Christmas. Oh, okay. And they still had her room. And they give her beads and stuff, and there's a bunch of dolls still left on the bed. That will come later in a bit. I'm giving spoiler alerts because what's good about these stores, and they're good about keeping the history of this place, they keep the plaques of who roams the halls on where the room was. Or I talk about that guy Jimmy that was kind of a run around nude, made it all the way down there. He had one of those Polaroid cameras to say, "I'll take your picture for $1," but yet he never had no film.
Oh God!
Or it was just a regular camera. I forgot, but it was a regular camera, and he said, "I'll take your picture for $1." People gave him $1. Then he liked to sell golf balls, and if you see a golf ball that wasn't there before, it was Jimmy.
Damn.
Jimmy was playing with us that day too. There was golf balls. There was a golf ball on the chapel, and that's all the way down on the first floor. And where Jimmy and his roommate, which were pals, were up on the third floor. There was one golf ball on the table.
Jeez. Sorry, my nose is peeling now.
Oh, peel away.
From masks and stuff.
And Joe says, I don't know whose back you're washing. Hopefully it's not the blind ladies. She might give you shit.
No, I think he was talking about Jennifer Aniston.
I don't think it's Jennifer Aniston roams the Hillview Manor. Sorry, Joe, to disappoint you. You might have to find some other spirits there. That nurse that tapped me on the back head, you might want to talk to her. It was like, like that. It was definitely.
It was actually me. I was there. Yeah, sorry.
Damn it.
I was following you around, and I hit behind something, and I'm just like, boop, and then just hit back.
You wanted those discontinued meds that were in the nurse's station.
Yeah, just all those old drugs.
Yeah, it was. It was like a label said discontinued.
I just want that cocaine cola. Back when Coca-Cola actually had cocaine in it.
Uh-huh. But yeah, that's why I want to go back, and John wants to go back. He definitely wants. He's very sensitive. He was talking to me earlier. He's very sensitive. He has dreams from that place now.
Really?
He connects better. And maybe they didn't interact with John because they feared him because of his abilities. I said, if you would have said, because I was watching him the whole time, and he was talking to me about it later, that if Minnie's told, I don't mean no harm, because they could probably feel his energy and they didn't want to talk to him.
Yeah. Well, when you're that strong, I'm sure.
And he wants to sleep in where some of the beds are and do as long as someone's in there with them, and see if he can go into a trance, some like sleep, and see. As long as someone's in there, I'm not going to leave anybody alone if they want to do something like that.
Yeah, we're always protective of the people we investigate with.
So yeah, we want to definitely do that. Come on, Joe. Weekends won't work for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's probably the only time we can go.
Oh, for sure, right now for me, yeah.
For this guy, he's back on the schedule. I'm starting another job, and I'll just, as long as I know what date it is, I can request it off. So
I mean, I can as well. I can take vacation time and do something too. So if we need to
But you,
plan something in advance, I could definitely use like a day or two.
I think that would be like if we go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, so if we want to plan something with Joe, we definitely have to make it worth our while and make sure that we plan it up in advance.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Joe can might take some time off as well, as long as we plan in advance. Like we've been planning this, even though the West Virginia Penitentiary Paracon is canceled, we still plan for it. We've been planning this for a month.
Well,
now.
and we know we can find enough stuff to keep ourselves occupied.
There's also that lunatic asylum down there, but I don't know how far that is in West Virginia.
We'll have to look at it. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Because John mentioned that too. It was in West Virginia, but I don't know if it's further down West Virginia. Just like the Mothman.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do that Sunday morning, right?
I want to go see Mothman Sunday morning.
Yeah, I want to see that statue for sure.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Further down.
Yeah, so we can go, and then anybody wants to sleep in can sleep in, and then we can just catch them on the way back.
Yep. And if they want to join us, or it's up to them.
Yeah.
That's why we're taking 2 different cars. So that way, because we know what we want to do.
Yeah.
We're not forcing anybody else to do other if they don't want to. Because I know Richard and Carrie work third shift, and we don't want to, ruin their plan for a job. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We want to make it.
Everybody's on their own schedules.
Everyone's on their own schedules. We don't want to, and we make sure everyone's enjoyable. So yeah, we did pull the card. I think it's about time I read that story. That's your mom.
Yeah, go ahead and dig into that one. Yeah,
I'll go pull it up right now. I will find it, and I'll pull it up. Everyone talks to me. Here we go.
Yeah, Mom. We definitely want to go see the Mothman statue because it's an iconic location.
Let me see if the museum's open, but I don't know. That would be cool too. I heard some people say that it's not worth it, but I just want to see for myself. All right. This is what Tyler's mom sent me. It's from Unsolved Mysteries, the Tallman House. Tallman House, Horicon, Wisconsin. Date, May 1987 to January 1988. The Tallman House is depicted as a one-floor suburban home. It is unknown if the house in the clip was actually the Tallman's former residence. History. In early of 1987, Alan and Debbie Tallman, I like how they just like Debbie, brought home a bunk bed that they purchased at a secondhand shop. They assembled the bed and stored it in their basement. When the Tallmans moved the bed upstairs in May of 1987, it marked the beginning of 9 months of horror for the family. From the moment the bed was first slept in, the house appeared to be haunted by spirits that terrorized first the children and then the entire family. And that's what the bunk bed looks like.
Oh, man.
That's an awesome looking bunk bed.
Yeah, it's pretty solidly built.
The children, who were rarely sick before, suddenly became ill for no apparent reason. The night that the family moved the beds upstairs, their son Danny was in the room next to it. After his parents said goodnight to him, his clock radio apparently took on a life of its own. It turned itself on and randomly switched the channels under its own power. And this was in the 80s, by the way. That wasn't easy. You had to do it by yourself. No remotes. He reported that he saw the radio's vindicator moving itself. However, his parents did not believe him. It's like, good job, parents. A few weeks later, Alan was painting the walls in his basement when he went up for lunch. He placed the paintbrush on the table. When he returned, the brush was in the bucket with the bristles sticking up when the youngest daughter was sleeping in the bunk bed. Okay. She claimed that she had seen a red-eye witch behind her door. Ooh, creepies. She also claimed that she saw fire in her room. A month later, Denny saw the same thing. The family pastor was brought in, and he felt the presence of evil inside the house. The Talmans continued to be tormented by entities. Doors would bang open and shut. Strange voices would call out nowhere. Ghostly visions persisted. A week before Christmas, Danny again saw something horrifying and told his mother that he wanted to leave. Frustrated, Alan told the spirits to get out of his house. And he then said that if they wanted to fight someone, they could fight him. Don't do that.
Zach Baggins, man.
Don't pull Zach. That's pre-Zach.
Back 1 second.
Okay. 3 weeks later, at around 2 a.m. on January 7th, 1988, Alan returned home from the late shift. Outside the garage, he heard an eerie howling sound and went to investigate. A voice came out of the howling and it said, "Come here." He went around the back to see if anyone was there, but there was no one. He then went back to the garage and saw that it was on fire. Holy crap. He went inside to get a fire extinguisher, but when came back out, the fire was gone. The garage door was undamaged with no visible signs of recent fire consuming it. When Alan got back inside, he went to reach his lunch pail and he had sat down, but the MC then threw it across the room. It's like, you ain't having no lunch. Alan started sleeping in his daughter's room to provide protection. One night, a fog appeared around him. A voice came out of the fog and that said, "You're dead." Debbie then called the pastor because of what had happened to Alan. A few days later, Alan was working late and asked a relative to watch the girls. His relative was a complete skeptic until that night. The same horrible figure seen by the children appeared, and he let out a loud scream. Debbie then told the relative to get the kids together and that they were leaving the house forever. 2 weeks later, the Talmans had the bunk beds destroyed. Afterwards, the Talmans had no further paranormal experiences. Wow. In April of 1988, a family moved in the Talmans' home and had no haunting experiences. The house that the Talmans lived in had no apparent history of hauntings. Horicon, Wisconsin is a small farming town of just 3,800. It is considered a safe and prosperous place. The Talmans moved into their house on April 13, 1986. Tyler, your battery's running low. I don't know if it's plugged in. The case was featured in a part of a Halloween. The Talmans family pastor Wayne visited them shortly after hauntings began. He believed that they were victims of the devil. He was certain that a demonic presence was in their home. He found no evidence that it was in their home. He found no evidence that there was fabricating the incident. Extra notes. The case was featured as a part of a Halloween episode that aired on October 26, 1988. As a result of earlier ghost hysteria, you can unplug that fan.